Hey guys, I think my attempt to make this video is actually cursed, but I'm going to endeavor to do it just one more time. So whatever happens here, we're sticking with it. Whenever I talk to anybody about working out, there's three topics that come up. There's fitness, there's health, and there's having a good physique. Now we're going to hit these from the top, work our way down, and talk about the interplay of them just pretty briefly. Fitness is your ability to do a task. And for most people, fitness means the ability to go from the morning to the evening with a minimum of aches, minimum of pains, and a minimum reliance on stimulants, either coffee, energy drinks, nicotine, that kind of thing. Health is the effective working of the organs, the organ systems, and the interplay between those with the minimum of inefficiency. And physique is going to be the way your body presents. Now, you can have any of these traits. You can have all three of these traits. I endeavor to have all three of these to as much development as I can, and most of my clients do as well. But an absence of one, two, or if you have three, honestly, you're probably dying. But an absence of these or a slight imbalance, that is typically a temporary thing. Now, I want to use an example of someone I spoke to. They said I can talk about their story just pretty briefly. There's a woman who I'm friends with. She has an excellent physique, very low body fat, very nice muscular development, lots of athletic ability. However, she has a separation between the way her body presents and the way she perceives her own body. Now, because of that, that takes her having a good physique and good fitness, and it impacts the health negatively. How does that happen? Well, because she does feel that she has more body fat than is actually present on her frame, she is going to take in fewer calories. She's probably taking in less nutritive calories. I don't actually know the content of her diet. I just know that she says she's pretty hungry and that she works for about 1,000 calorie deficit every day, not simply 1,000 calories of expenditure, which after a certain point, that gets really unhealthy. But that also leads to a lot of inflammatory issues. I happen to know she has several back issues, several joint issues, so her fitness is being impacted as her health is being impacted in the pursuit of maintaining, or in her eyes, enhancing a good physique. Now, does that mean the pursuit of a good physique is always going to lead to this kind of thing? Not at all. I like to think that I have an okay physique. I think y'all see a few of the pictures that I post pretty routinely. If I can get some good lighting, considering I am fish belly pale, I have to have a really strong downward light, but I have a good bit of definition on my body, something I'm very proud of. I'm not going to show it to everybody all the time, but whenever I see it, I give myself a wink and, hey, Cody, good for you. But I don't take that as the only thing I should pursue. Because I have broken my back, because I do have other hormonal issues, I understand that I have certain limitations around which I need to train, even if they are not presenting at the time that I'm training. So that means that I'm going to be pursuing a very nutrient-dense diet. I'm going to make sure that I'm not in a calorie deficit, and I'm going to make sure that the way that I am mentally approaching everything is in balance with everything else. Because as we were taught in Ishinru Karate, a person's unbalance is the same as a weight. And I feel like carrying a weight anywhere that's not on a centerline load is going to lead to some injuries down the line. So I'll go ahead and try to apply that. Now, having said that you can pursue a good physique and end up sacrificing your health, which will in turn sacrifice your fitness, and that you can pursue a good physique while pursuing health, while pursuing fitness, and achieve all those things. That means we've got a Venn diagram, has three elements, and they need to have a certain amount of balance. Now, you can't look at it as a 2D chart. This needs to be 3D, and it needs to be mobile, because your body's needs and wants are going to change from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. And something to keep in mind is that your body's needs don't just change from the beginning of the day to the end, but the idea of the day is dependent on your body. Yes, we all have a circadian cycle that we run through, but I typically see adaptation happen usually in 3 to 5 day waves. So bear that in mind. I say that for a very specific reason. If you have a cheat meal, or if you fall off the wagon dietarily speaking or exercise speaking, yes, you need to correct as soon as possible. But if you don't course correct immediately, it's not something to freak out over, which is something that I see in people that obsess over either the fitness or the physique, or sometimes even the health. Now, can you have a non-Euclidean body, meaning that there's a little bit more roundness than one would expect, and still be fit, still be healthy? Yes, But you have to understand that if you do have an overabundance of body fat, that is impacting, if it's not currently impacting your health and fitness, it is impacting your health window and your fitness window, meaning that you will tend to see more wear and tear on the body, and it will happen a little bit more quickly. So bear that in mind. Don't make a moral judgment about what you're eating, about what you're doing. As long as you're not hurting anybody else, who cares? But also don't take anything to too much of an extreme, either focusing on it too much or not making it a focus. I hope that made some sense. If it didn't, please leave me a comment and let me know. If you have any other points of clarification you want, please let me know about that as well. Guys, this is Cody with Evolution. I appreciate you listening to me ramble.